The Retro Buzz starts right after this.
Hey guys, it's Friday. Welcome to the Retro Buzz, and I just want to let you know before we get started, you might want to head over to YouTube. Facebook's having some issues. We had this problem on Wednesday with the live feed, so if you're watching this, Doug's going to put the link in the chat room. It's working on all the other platforms, Twitch, my website, YouTube, so head over there. We have a live chat room there as well. But let's get in with the introductions. We've got my son... he puts his head down. Dun, dun, dun. He doesn't want to be on camera. Oh, now we've got this guy. He's on fire.
Sorry, guys.
This is.
I finished the battle here. Let's get that stuff put out there. You know, we clear the stuff out of here. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
This is what happens when we get copyright strikes against us on YouTube. Glen burns the joint down to get rid of the evidence.
Spock, would you take care of that? Make it logical, man. Come on, Spock.
Loving those sideburns, Glenn.
Yeah,
loving those sideburns.
And we've got Daniel's son here with us, Mr. Douglas Smith, Cool Toy. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Always a pleasure.
And we've got our special guest panelists with us, Adam and Jordan from CompleteGeekTV. Welcome, guys.
Thank you for having us, guys.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Well, I mean, it's great to have you guys on here, and want to kind of get into some geek culture here and get into some gaming. And I know you guys, that's why you guys are here. So before we do that, why don't you tell a little bit about yourselves, what you guys do for those that maybe don't know you?
Well, we're fairly new to YouTube and all of this in general. But basically we just do a lot of geeky things. We do a lot of reviews of games, retro games, arcade consoles, and especially retro toys. We love old school toys, especially Ninja Turtles. I think we posted like 3 Ninja Turtles videos in a row now. But yeah, just stuff like that, and that's pretty much what we do.
By the way, we had 2 more to do after that, and then we're like, this is ridiculous. We're gonna have like 7 videos of turtles. We just had to stop. But anyways,
well, that's
yes, and we are brother-in-laws. If I don't know if that we said that or not, but
yeah. He's married to my sister. So.
Yep. Sweet. So you got it.
And we live next door, so it works out well for
wow.
stuff.
Yeah.
So this is regular, like kind of like the King of Queens type of scenario, you know?
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much.
Or the guys are all over there, or Everybody Loves Raymond. That's the other one, right?
Mm-hmm. It is strange because I'm living over here now, though, so I don't know what's going. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's pretty awesome though.
Well, it's great to have you guys here. And Doug, I know you wanted to kind of talk about something that is on Kickstarter, so I'm going to kick it over to you. No pun intended.
Oh, yeah. So Numbskull, the fine purveyors of the quarter arcades, has come out with a new interesting item that a lot of historical arcade fans will probably recognize just from name. They're coming out with a quarter arcade kickstarting project for Polybius. So the urban legend that is that, you know, an arcade existed in the 80s in, it was like Oregon, I believe it was. And then a bunch of men in black suits would come and take data from it because it was making people act psycho and brainwashing people and making them do all sorts of crazy things, was the urban legend. But anyways, Numbskull is releasing this quarter arcade, assuming everything gets backed and funded fully with the Kickstarter project. But what its true intention is, this is supposed to be a USB hub for your quarter arcade.
It was an arcade game feared by many. Gameplay
different USB
supposedly
ports on the back
produced
of it.
intense
It's actually got a
psychoactive
full
effects in the player.
joystick,
It
button,
disappeared
and
without a trace a month
LCD
after
screen
its
similar to the other
1981
quarter arcade
release.
cabinets.
Help
But
us.
there is no actual game to play on this one because there never really was a game. It was a urban myth that existed for many years.
Sorry. You paused there and I pushed it live.
Yeah, no,
I
kind of figured that's what I was like, why did you?
could
I'm
never
like,
get
I was gonna have you. Yeah, I was gonna have you
Believe
just
it's
kind
like
of
it's like a giant in joke
good.
that
Thank you.
only
Yeah.
the gaming
So
community.
you can-
I can take a drink
the
now.
general public.
No, you're fine.
I was like, oh my god, I
it's
have to. I'm like,
completely
this
over
video is
their
4
head.
minutes
So
long.
to
If
please-
you're-
No, you're fine. You're fine.
to see the light of day.
Polybius is
Yeah,
retro
I've been
gaming.
worried.
I don't
Yes,
understand
urban
what's going on
legend. But
with
if you're
the.
watching this,
Does your
you
feed, Daniel?
probably
Does it look all right
already
on the
know that.
screen?
Rumored to be an addictive arcade game,
your
it
monitor
appeared
here.
first in the
Here,
early
is that right?
80s and allegedly disappeared.
He's on
without a
YouTube.
trace.
Now he's got an attitude
Polybius
now
is
because they
still
yelled at him
commonly
earlier.
talked about today, and the story has been covered in news headlines, broadcasts.
Oh,
and
no, I didn't mean
countless
that. I mean,
YouTube
is the video running
It's a
smooth
story
on it?
that really captivated minds, leading to the development of incredible pieces of fiction, and its presence
about the
can
last
still be
Starfire,
felt
that's
today. The legend has become a part of gaming history. We want to bring our own version of Polybius to quarter arcades so
Okay,
that
now
this
my
piece
wife
of
decides
arcade
that she-
history
Did you guys see
can
her
be
post
represented
about
within the
if it had
collections
more
of any
USB
retro
ports in the back, I'd
enthusiast.
probably
If you
get it.
aren't familiar
I
with
did see
quarter
those.
arcades,
Dude, that's
they are a
pretty-
line of
yeah.
quarter
That
scale,
thing is
fully
loaded.
playable arcade
Yeah.
replicas. Emphasis is put on creating fully accurate,
unfortunately,
scaled down,
you know,
high quality replicas of classic
you're not gonna
arcade
fill it out
cabinets,
right out of the
and this
gate.
same
It's like
treatment
a
is exactly
little
what we
micro
want to
USB.
apply to Polybius. While the cabinet may not have existed, we would like to create our own version of it in a way that fits in with our pre-existing line and does the legend justice. We want it to be a talking point for any collector's game room.
We really wanted to make a Polybius quarter arcade. We just thought it was going to look so cool next to the other machines. But because it doesn't have a working game like the rest of the quarter arcades, we were like, okay, what else can we do with it? And we also were working on doing a USB hub. Because all the arcades, as the range has got bigger and bigger, we were very conscious of all the cables running through, and that's a lot of plugs to put into. So, okay, let's take the Polybius quarter arcade and the USB idea and combine them together to have the Polybius USB hub within there.
The cabinet itself has been developed using images available in the public domain, playing up to and adding an aesthetic based on that of the legend. We feature Polybius's rumoured aesthetic, a black outer shell, a cold and imposing coin slot, a minimalist control scheme, and of course a big bold Polybius logo, incorporating these vibrant blue stripes into our own take on the design. It also comes packaged in this black box mysterious packaging, playing up to the story behind the conspiracy, making this feel like a really top secret suspicious item. As the Polybius arcade game doesn't exist, Polybius doesn't run a video game like the other arcade cabinets do. It does however play up to the mysterious nature of the conspiracy, playing trippy audio and visual effects. The Polybius quarter arcade system instead acts as the perfect complementary item to the rest of the quarter arcades in the collection. It features a whopping 10 USB slots available for you to use across the full cabinet lineup and many other electrical items. We're aiming to make this a real collector's item, and we're offering a sliding scale of rewards, ranging from pin badges to snapback caps. Check the rest of the project page out for more information about how many of each of these are available.
Hello, I'm Internet Man Stuart Ashen, and I've been a big fan of the Polybius legend for years, to the extent that I recently produced an entire film that heavily features it. I think it has all the hallmarks of a great urban legend, which is a tiny little kernel of truth that's been partially misunderstood and then added to and stretched, and then people have put their own twist in it until it turns into this sort of rich tapestry of a tale. A bit like when a tiny piece of grit is turned into a pearl by an oyster. Actually, that's a terrible analogy, but anyway, I really want a replica little Polybius cabinet. So please, do think about helping us in this task, because they won't let me keep this one. Apparently it's a prototype or something.
There's no guarantee of this being picked up by retailers, and considering the costs involved in production, it's not something we could justify producing without funding behind us. Given that the community has largely kept the name, mythos and legend of Polybius alive, we thought that this style of campaign would be the best way to ensure that this product actually comes to fruition.
That's a little background of the Polybius Kickstarter campaign. If you've got several of these numbskull quarter arcades already, you're definitely looking to probably pick up something like this, just because you're looking for some power outlets and you're already running out of room because you've already, filled up a, power wall adapter with all the USB ports. You need something. So having 10 USB ports on the back of this, plus it blending in with the rest of your numbskull quarter arcades, is definitely something you should check out if you're already a fan of these quarter arcades.
Yeah, it looks, and they got a huge selection of this. When's this Kickstarter going live? Because I didn't watch the video.
It just went live today.
Okay, I'm slacking.
Yeah, no problem.
Glenn, how many did you order?
None. I know it's dangerous.
What?
Too many people. Yeah, that game is gonna make you kill yourself. That's what it does. It's a terminal game.
I thought for sure.
Or so the legend says. Like, we don't really know. People died. Did they,
No one's alive to
change the
talk
name?
about it. That's the point.
Yeah.
Well, you'll never know till you try it.
Has anyone made a movie about this game? I feel like that's
Oh,
the
yeah.
plot of
There's documentaries. There's
No, I don't mean a documentary, like a full-on like Last Starfighters type movie where that starts off with kids playing or Tron or something that involves.
It all starts out well and good until somebody plays Polybius and then goes on a rampage. Yeah.
Is that
sure Jordan Peele was probably working on a Twilight episode or Twilight Zone episode, very akin to that.
Is that kind of like when you
play that game?
What the heck is that?
Soul will be mine.
Oh my! I was gonna say, isn't that like when you say Candyman in the mirror or something like that?
Don't do that. Don't do that, man. Don't do that.
Why not?
Or the Beetlejuice thing.
Oh, the Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
Oh my!
What's wrong with
By the way, I have to say that track and field one that they make looks incredible.
Yeah, I can't wait to get carpal tunnel for it.
Yeah, yeah, that'll get you.
Yeah,
it's really hard to do on that side. Looks great though.
How many of you guys are planning on ordering that? Despite, I know Doug, you probably already backed it, right?
Yes, sir.
I
had to get it first thing this morning. I'm a
figured
sucker
as
for
much.
it. So.
I'm wondering which one of yous, if not, I know Glenn probably did. Glenn, what about this thing? How many did you buy this? Amico from Intellivision.
Yep, actually just one.
Did
Just
you
one?
order?
Just
Did you
one.
pre-order one? Seriously?
Did you go with the
I did.
gold or?
No. I remember Willie from Arcade USA got the gold, then he backed out of the gold, didn't like how it looked. I like the regular look myself.
$300.
I want to give it a shot. I mean, the controllers, I know, but see, I was always a big fan of the Dreamcast with the BMUs. I always liked the screen being in the controller. Being in the 23rd century, I'm surprised you guys are doing it already, but about time.
You know how many BMUs you can buy for $300, Glenn?
Yeah, a lot, but again, in the 23rd century, everything still runs on Windows 3.11. We're a couple versions ahead of you guys, but everything's Windows now.
That's unfortunate.
And it is because things tend to catch fire spontaneously with the new operating. Oh, Spock,
Yes.
get those things out, man.
Spock's got a blue screen of death running on that Windows 311.
He does. That's why he's frantically running a system update.
What do you guys? What do you guys think of this Amico? Adam and Jordan, what's because I know you guys didn't really, or Jordan, you said you didn't really see it. You didn't know what was going on.
I know when you showed it to me earlier, I was kind of confused. I thought it was like a 90s telephone or something.
Let me tell you why I'm getting it, because it's redefining entertainment for friends and family.
Got the experience, my friend.
Is that the tagline?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's redefining, financial crises.
Yeah, exactly.
I just think they would have sold more at $99. I mean, $300 for this playing.
I struggle to find what the core demographic for this. Like, if they're going for that family fun atmosphere, who's typically kind of catered towards with the Wii and the Switch and things like that. Yeah, I guess you're going neck and neck with a $300 price point, but what you're delivering as far as gameplay experience is going to be significantly different than what you can get on the Switch. So I have a hard time seeing some 50, 60-year-old, adults being able to hand this to their kids or grandkids or whatever and say, hey, this is just as good as the Switch.
I think Daniel's going to ask for one for Christmas.
Better than the VCS.
I already have one. That's enough.
You don't want that for Christmas?
What?
The Amico. You don't want this. Look, you don't want this for Christmas?
I mean, maybe.
Don't say that.
Oh.
Don't say that. You got a maybe out of him.
I mean, aesthetically, it looks cool, but I just what it delivers as far as the games.
Yeah.
From what you showed us earlier, does it have Snake that used to be on my old
Nokia?
Probably.
Yeah.
I might
It was
put
called
that.
Snafu. On the television, it was called Snafu.
Okay.
And
The Amico.
Not Shamu.
Now, with
Glenn,
Snake.
what's the prices of the game's going to be? Are they going to do it like? Are they
They're saying
downloadable
between
or?
like 10. They yeah. See, that's my thing. I don't like. They are downloadable. They're supposed to be between like $10 and $17, like under $20.
Is it
for the game?
Is it running like an Android OS on it? Is it like going to be tied to like an Android app store? Is it their own proprietary? What's the story behind it?
It's not going to be Android. It's definitely proprietary to them. Not to say that people won't be able to hack it and put other things on there, but it will be a proprietary Amico store for it.
Interesting.
Yeah, several people in the comments are mentioning the same kind of thought that I had when I first saw it. It looks like first generation iPod.
Yeah.
I mean, just aesthetically, I'm really surprised Apple's like, hey guys, knocking on the door. We're gonna hand you this little piece of paper that says cease and desist because you're clearly ripping off our stuff, which they're not.
Oh, they
but,
figured the first generation
Apple,
iPod
so.
was what? Well, I don't remember what the original price was. It was like 200, 3.
Probably. Yeah,
So
maybe a
they're
little
like,
more than that,
we'll
actually.
see if you combine 2 of those. This is cheaper.
I don't know. I just eventually we were joking before the show started, and we said, hey, we should get this when it goes on clearance. Buy 2 of them at $30, and in about 3 or 5 years, it'll be worth about $1,000 or so. So
that's right.
Wait, is that your bold prediction? That's going to go for $30?
I think that people are just not going to buy it. I mean, except for Glenn. Glenn here will buy it.
Glenn's a crazy man.
I mean, you're buying it, right? Adam, you're buying it?
Well, here's the problem. They were actually banking on Glenn at least buying 2. And
that's
now
what I
just
said.
We're in trouble. We're in trouble.
Yep. So
But I see, I didn't back the VCS. I keep on saying VHS, but VCS. I saw that coming from a mile away that it was trash.
I don't know. Well, I guess we're gonna have to wait and see. I know you want the Atari one, right, Glenn?
No.
Yeah,
And you know what,
I
fan
heard
Atari,
I heard you wanted 5 of them.
I would if it was just the case. The case looks awesome. Send me the case for $30 and I'm in. But everything else is garbageware. It's a waste. I feel so bad for people who bought that on their Kickstarter. You get ripped off.
Glenn, what do you think the most likely outcome is? That we actually see the Atari VCS get released, or we actually see Atari hotels? Which one do you think is more likely to actually become a thing?
Man, that's a tough call. Boy, that's a tough call. I think it will get released, but again, it's going to be released in such a crippled, bogus state. It's not going to be anywhere near worth what it is. As far as the Atari hotels go, I tell you, if they do open an Atari hotel, I think there'll be a class action lawsuit against Atari, quite honest. To do something like that and not release this machine that they've took, what, $3 or $4 million worth of people's cash?
Yeah, for years they've been sitting on that money.
Yep. So, again, even an Atari hotel, I'm not even in it anymore. The Atari I've known is dead. It is dead and gone. The Atari that's here today is a bunch of scam artists, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's just in name only. I mean, they're just cannibalizing the name and the brand.
Yep. It's sad. That's what happened to the biggest name in the gaming industry to this. It's like a girl I once knew. She was right up the top, and then she went down the bottom. What are you gonna do?
You
Tragic.
should make a YouTube channel called Love Stories with Glenn.
Oh, I like that idea.
He's 2 for 2.
That's not a bad idea.
It's a fantastic
He's
idea.
2 for 2.
Glenn,
Glenn Kirk gets the women. We all know that
Yep.
Glenn Kirk gets the women. I mean,
Yep.
green or not, he gets them.
I will totally subscribe to that channel, Glenn. You need to get on that right away. We can try to help you set that up to get it going as soon as possible.
Okay, we need to set up a Plenty of Fish match dating sites immediately, and let's get this ball rolling. I like this idea.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
He only wants a certain cut.
Yeah, he just wants the cut of the royalties, but he's fine.
Yeah. So we started a segment a few weeks ago where we were getting some different pickups. I know a lot of you guys actually started liking the video that my son and I do with our excursions, if you will, out getting retro games and good deals. Well, we got a huge deal
Oh yeah.
over the weekend. If you
Oh
didn't
yeah,
watch
that
the
was
video,
a steal.
it was a steal. So we're gonna play a quick 1.5-minute clip of the steal that we got, and you guys let us know if you thought we got a steal. Hey guys, on this pickup of the week, I wanted to show you my pickup of this week. And as you can know, with this pandemic and everybody out looking for Rock Band or party type games as Guitar Hero, I've been on the search and lookout for Rock Band drums. As you can see, everywhere on eBay and other places like that, there would be anywhere from $200 to $400. And I just think that's a ridiculous price for a product that's outdated and something that's, well, not that mechanically sound. But for playing along with friends and having a good time during the pandemic, it's awesome. So, what I want to show you right now is my pickup. I got this for $20 at Goodwill. That's right, you heard me right. This is the Xbox 360 version, complete with 3 cymbals. Looks phenomenal. I think it even has the upgraded pads because the pads are not solid. They have retraction springs inside of it. So, you know, it doesn't matter how hard you play on it. It will retract as you play. But overall, the quality is really good. Nothing was broken. It even came with 2 sticks, which as a drummer, I have plenty of sticks, so I wasn't worried about it. Nothing was cracked. Everything works. $20 at your local Goodwill.
Like that.
Yeah, so we were just talking during the video here. What do you guys think? $20, $20. You and I think Jordan, you said you might have one laying around somewhere.
I really think I have some somewhere.
Prove it.
That's gonna buy his. That's gonna buy his Intellivision if he sells it.
Yeah. 2 of them. We need 2.
If it's not here, there might actually still be some at my parents' house somewhere. I feel like I've seen some not too long ago. So like
He doesn't have
I don't remember where.
He doesn't have it.
I mean, I understand.
Well, yeah,
I understand. There's people saying like I stopped playing Rock Band, Garage Band. The reason I was looking for it is because we have a lot of friends that come over on Saturday nights. We
Like
don't
tomorrow.
turn me in to the police or anything, but we have like
I
10
might.
people here, and they're all playing in the arcade. And everybody likes to play Rock Band or Garage Band or Guitar Hero.
Group games.
Yeah, they like to play this. My wife and a few other the wives, they like to do the karaoke. So
I do
we get a couple of the
too.
games. Yeah, he does too.
You
So
guys.
it's fun. And then the other guys don't want to do. They play the arcades, but for $20, $20
that's a
bucks.
steal.
Yeah, I mean,
And real shame we don't use cash in the future.
so how would you pay for it?
That's the problem. I can't get it. There's eBay, but you can't pay for anything from the Federation. No cash.
Just use
Your Federation credits are no good here.
Yeah. It all go. The Ferengi get everything now. The Ferengi get everything.
No. In the future, we use gold.
There you go. So we're actually going to go out. We're going to go out tomorrow and see what we can pick up. There's a family video that is going out of business here, and they have Xbox from Xbox One and PlayStation 4 all the way down, I think, to they said the Genesis. That they're going to be getting rid of games, and they said some of them are like $5 and less. So I have a feeling we're going to get a good score tomorrow when we go out. So
We're actually
the symbols are crap. They're
Time to
saying I thought
vulture.
they were good.
Pick up the pieces.
Well,
Nice.
I'm blown away that they would have all the way back down to Sega Genesis. Like,
I
was
don't know
that?
if they were renting them or what. I haven't been there yet. So I'm hoping. I said to my son and my wife, I said, I'm hoping everybody buys up the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One games cheap, so I can go in and clean up all the retro stuff because you can get the Xbox One and PS4 games
for like
cheap.
$20 or something.
Yeah. So we're gonna go. We're gonna go look for that, and we'll record all that excursion. But
Anyways,
Happy hunting.
yeah. So we had some fun doing it.
That sounds fun.
We do. We have a lot of fun.
Family videos
We do have a lot of
somewhere.
fun doing that. Going around to because most people don't think to look at their local Goodwill or Hawk shops.
Yeah, for sure.
because
Yep.
you don't know what you're gonna find in there.
He's right. We go in there and we're just like, holy crap!
I know, like
We found limited edition PlayStation 2 games, and we came
Yeah.
back and checked them, and they
There
were
you
like
go.
$80, and we got them for what?
Damn.
$2?
no, either 3 or 5.
$3 or $5. Yeah.
Still doing all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do something at a garage sale one
Since
time that
Dad
was like
thought
super rare.
No, you're thinking of Legend of Zelda.
Oh,
No, we just had a fun, like, sorry to interrupt, but no, he was thinking of something else. But when way back in the NES days, where we were trying to find a copy of Legend of Zelda, the original,
Oh.
and it was sold out like everywhere. So my mom was at this garage sale. There was a copy there. She was like, were you really trying to sell this? Like, just wanted to make sure this didn't get out here by accident." She was like, "No, take it. My son is so addicted to this game and he gets so mad playing it."
Oh,
and she's like,
no.
"Just take it." So anyways, it's just so funny. She got it for us, and my brother like got so into it. Like, well, of course we all did, but I meant he took a piece of paper and sketched out the entire, map as he's going along to try to, because it wasn't like you could just go on Google back then. Just be like, how do I get to, he just literally hand drew the whole map. Got so into that thing. But anyways, that was a good find.
No, that's what we like to try to do. We like to go around and see what we can find in a different. And there is some garage sales and yard sales depending on how the rain is tomorrow. They're calling for rain, and I know people don't want to do that. And I said to Daniel, I said, that's a score because nobody's gonna go out, and you don't have to get up early, and you can just kind of.
It's like people don't know what people are selling.
Well, and so he's learning. He's 8 years old, so I'm trying to teach him.
The tricks of the trade.
Yeah, because now
Take advantage while you can.
I'm trying to teach him because
use their lack of knowledge to benefit yourself.
Well, he's going in there and he's going, Dad, this one says limited edition. He says, pull up the price checker and see what it's worth. And so we pull it up. He's like, it's only $3.50. He's like, buy it. Of course, tells me to buy it. It's Dad, buy it.
You're the one with the money.
Yeah.
So.
But it is a lot of fun.
I'm picking you scores.
Yeah, he's picking me scores.
He's finding gold on them shelves for you.
But it was so if you guys are interested, we'll drop another video. It'll probably be sometime Saturday or Monday. I'll put it out for week 3 of. A lot of guys commented they really liked it, so we'll keep going with it as long as people. My wife enjoys filming it, so it makes it easier on me.
Yeah.
So
enjoy that while that lasts.
Hey, I'm again, like Glenn just said, I'm going to use it to my advantage. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about At Games before we get into some of this. At Games has a really killer promo going on right now, and Daniel's going to come back. When we come back, Daniel's going to tell you a little bit about how you could win 10 grand in prizes. All right. So before we get to this, we want to tell you guys how you can actually win this. Okay. So what they're doing is they're doing a legend spotting giveaway, 10K in prizes. And so how are you going to win this? Daniel, take it away. How are they going to win it? How are they supposed to win the 10K in prizes?
So, you find it in Sam's Club. Take a picture of the LU display or the one you are buying. Upload pictures to the link. The woobox.com/UETXA2. Select from those who submit at games.
So we'll have a link to that in the description in the video below. But guys, 10K in prizes. Guys, maybe you can get your legends.
That's quite the scavenger hunt. Yeah. I mean, all you're being asked to do is go out and find a picture of the store or, picture of the product, take a picture, send it to them and say, hey, look, I found it in this state. And you're eligible to win lots of cool goodies. I mean, it's pretty easy to do.
Yeah. And so, and there's going to be a form that you guys can fill out. And I'll show you that here. This is what it's going to look like when you go to that web link that Daniel talked about. And again, we'll have that link in the description below so you guys can do that. But I know At Games did put this up shortly before the show started. So if you go to their Facebook page and Glen's official page, there is a link for it in there. So you didn't have to write down the link that Daniel gave you, but it is there. So all these really cool accessories. Now, Jordan, Adam, do you guys have a Legends Ultimate? Are you thinking about getting one? Are you thinking about getting the gamer? What are you? What?
I
What
mean,
catches
honestly, every
you-
time I thought about getting one, it sold out right, like pretty darn quickly. So, which I mean, that's a good problem to have in a way. But no, I still think I'm gonna end up getting one as long as I find it. So, which then I can find it and get 10,000 in prizes. Because last I checked, that's still a lot in prizes.
Well,
That's a decent amount.
so Jordan, if you find that drum set, you could sell it. If you have a couple of them, you could
Yeah.
sell it, and you could get a Legend. It won't even cost you anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess so.
We're gonna keep you guys posted on this drum set.
I'm sure I have one somewhere. I'm about 80% sure. I won't say
Okay,
I
hold on. I
have.
gotta admit. So he said to me, like, this was like 3 months ago. He's like, I'm pretty sure I got quite a few Sega CD games still. I was like, okay, like, whenever you know how it is when you're like, I'm pretty sure that's at my parents' house, But anyways, then he goes in his garage and just starts pulling out a bunch of Sega CD games, Nintendo 64 games. I was like, why are these in here?
Well, Adam just got a Sega CD and he was like, I'm gonna buy all these games, and I was like, we had talked like a while back, and then when he actually got the Sega CD, he was gonna buy a bunch, and I was like, wait, don't do that. I really think I have them. And yeah, when we went to the garage, I was like, here they are.
It was a true
Like-
story, guys.
And I just got a Sega CD. I got the version 2. Glenn said I
Yep.
should have got the version 1, but I can't find any. The games for Sega CD are so hard to find. I just got a Pitfall Complete, but mine will not play burned games. Glenn's been working with me. I adjusted the lens. It still will not play for the life of me. So I'm like,
I played so much Sewer Shark when I was younger. That game was not easy either. We tried to play it again just like a month ago and did not. I don't know if I ever really got past the first level of that game, even when I was younger. I kept playing it though.
Night Trap's the game to play.
Night Trap.
Which one?
Yeah. The,
Night
the,
Trap.
game,
Yep.
the game to watch anyway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
because that's all you do is sit there and watch and go between security cam footage and
Well,
watch the weird slug vampires crawl around.
like Mortal Kombat. That's another one that got the whole
ESRB.
government in a huff
Oh.
and puff.
Does anyone remember the Sonic 3D game that?
yeah, 3D
was actually
Blast.
like a 3D platformer. Yeah.
Yes.
That wasn't even on the CD, was it? That was the Genesis. It was like way towards the end of the Genesis.
I think they
though.
did but they did a Saturn version, and I played it, and it's just very monotonous on the Saturn.
Yeah.
It just
A little too late. They were trying. I mean, you could tell certain gaming companies still hadn't understood 3D as a whole. They're like, no, wait, we've been making 2D, side-scrolling adventure type of games our entire career. When you add that extra dimension, it blew everyone's mind. They're like, wait, I have to think about perspective and scale and camera movements. Like, a lot of developers just quit the business right then and there because they couldn't deal with trying to produce games in the 3-dimensional world.
So I'm going to put it out there to everybody. If you have Sega CD games that you're wanting to get rid of at a reasonable price, hit me up on Facebook, send me a PM, because it is hard to find. I bought the only game that I had in the area, and I called around to different places that you guys know me. I find these deals, and I cannot find Sega CD games anywhere.
Well, I mostly
So-
find the deals. You mostly buy the deal.
Oh, listen to this guy here.
That's how that relationship works.
Yeah. He comes back and he's like, "Oh, I want to play these. I want to play these," because he knows one day they're going to be his. That's why he's like, "Oh, we need that one. We need that one."
That's a great thing. One day it'll be his.
That's right.
And
That's
then
why
I'll-
I'm doing it.
If
And
you
then
want some
I'll-
Sega CD stuff, I told you when I drop, get here within an hour. Cole throws them all out on the road. I have
And
a bunch of Sega CD stuff.
And then when I'm older, I'm just gonna pass them on to you, Glenn.
Wait, what?
Well, that's true. I'm in the 23rd century, so yeah, leave them in a box in the ground, and I'll come and transport them up. That's a great idea.
But
Be the best time capsule ever.
Yeah, right.
But Dad throws out the boxes.
No, I don't.
No!
I don't throw the. Okay, so what he's referring to is back at our old house. Before I
Hey,
got back
so-
into collecting, I accidentally threw out the PlayStation 4 box because my wife was like, "Do you want this anymore?" I'm like, "Nah, just get rid of it." And I'm
no,
kicking
I'm-
myself to this day because it was mint condition, and
I'll give you a pass on throwing away the box.
And also I meant also.
Never. Otherwise, angry Glen will come find you. You keep the boxes.
I also
All
meant
5 of them.
your arcade 1-up boxes too?
Oh yeah, everybody throws those away.
Glen
The arcade.
doesn't.
Mine are in
I
the
thought we're
attic.
supposed to keep those.
Mine are in the attic.
Oh, you guys
I thought we're
keep them?
supposed to keep them. Just kidding.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Wait, I'm the only guy who keeps the boxes.
Yeah.
My wife
I was
always
trying to
gets
say.
on to me because she says I'm a box hoarder. But if it's even something I'm like, I feel like could be remotely valuable one day, like I have to keep the box, like because you can always sell it for more with the box, or you just if you want to pack it up and keep it nice, it's good to have the box. I mean, I my full-time job is I run a recording studio, and I have compressors that like I've like told her specifically like do not throw this away. Like this unit like is rare already and could be ridiculously expensive one day. So like you have to keep this box. Like there's a few that are sitting on a shelf that it's like she knows don't throw those ones away. But anytime I get new games or toys or things, she's always like, do you really need this? And I'm always like, I mean, yeah, you probably should keep the box. And she's like, really?
Do you
Really?
need those
Really?
shoes? Do you need those purses? Do you need that jewelry?
Well,
I just looked at my basement. Though. I have a TV box that's like 7 years old now. I'm like, why do I have this one now though? that's gotta go.
my
Gotta
wife
learn to
will
draw the
say
line somewhere.
gamers that create arcades are the only ones that can get away with being a pack rat because they can use boxes and other things as display art in their game and arcade room.
Samantha thinks that you're a maniac.
Yeah, my daughter thinks I'm out of control and I'm a maniac.
And
He loves it.
Yeah, I don't know what she's speaking. I mean, she's the one out of control.
So that's what's going on. Do you guys have any arcade 1-ups or anything along those lines? Are you looking forward to the pinball?
I actually
have about
don't.
a baker's dozen.
I was gonna say I don't actually. Me personally, I don't own any arcade 1-ups. But again, we live next door, so Adam has.
I have 8 or 9.
A lot
I have
of
8
them.
or 9. I
The
can't remember.
NBA Jam actually still is at my house. I know
that's
we're
pretty upsetting actually.
we want to make like a full-on game room down in his basement because it's unfinished right now. So
that'd be
you
cool.
have I think
I have
like
the
nine
I have the
arcades.
II arcade on pre-order. I am definitely going to get the Neo Geo. We did a video about that, which we prolonged too long, but that I have to get that thing. I don't even know enough. Like, I know I still want more info, but yet I'm still going to get it. So
all you need to know is that you need it. I mean,
exactly. Yep.
I needs it.
I try to do that.
Old.
I try to do that with my wife. We have like a little cap. As long as I stay under a certain amount on our ventures, we're okay. But now it's like, okay, well, if we're gonna go, I kind of would like a Switch game. She says, so that's cutting into my budget a little bit.
That comes out of your budget. Interesting.
Yeah, it's cutting into my
and
budget.
she's the one that's telling you to calm down with spending the money. Like how?
She'll be like, "Do you really? It's just gonna sit on the shelf." She's like, "Are you really gonna play all these games?" I'm like, "Probably not.
I mean, I will.
Probably not. He will.
People-
He will literally
Not
sit
even-
there."
Not even going to give her a fake answer. You're not even going to give her the. "Oh, you know, I
No,
could."
because I gotta
Potentially.
listen. I gotta pick my battles because I got
Yeah.
all these other arcades. He will literally try every game, even if he plays it for 2 minutes. He'll actually pop it in and try it, and then we'll be looking. I'll be like, "Oh, I think we should get this." He'll like, "No, we have it." I'm like, "We have it? You sure?" I come home and yep, we have it.
Hey, that's
And then
that's
you're
good.
like, oh crap, I
know.
bought another one. Like, what the heck? It's like
So
if
our-
I,
Well, in
My
my
buddy
case, that's
John.
fine.
it's like
I buy another
My-
one. I buy another one. I buy another one. Yeah.
it's like
Okay.
if
No, my buddy John, who may be watching right now, by the way, but everyone used to give him so much crud because he'd just play all these games and never beat them. Like he'd play this for 30 minutes, this for 30 minutes, and now, like it's embarrassing to admit that I think I have 60-something games unopened from this console generation,
Oh,
and I'm just like, I know, and I'm just like, why? I don't have time to play everything.
I know. I told Adam we need to make a video of all the games we have that we haven't actually played yet, and he was like, "No, I feel like people are gonna judge me." He's like,
well, I mean,
and I was like, I'm in the same boat. Like,
let's
I mean,
be
there's a
fair.
combination of 3DS and Vita and everything too in there, but
But let's be fair. Like we're all working. We all have jobs except for the guy on the end here. Um, and I said to some of my friends, I'm like, they see all these games down here.
So offended.
I'm not down here all the time, but I said it's more fun for me to go collecting than it is to play the games personally.
Yeah, it's treasure hunting.
I know. And I would say I'm more of a game collector at this point than even a gamer. I mean, I still play games quite a bit, but like, it's funny because like I know Ghost of Tsushima just came out, and that's like the most recent game I've played. But since then, like, I go back and play games I've played many times before. A lot of times before I even play a new game. Like, I'll still buy new games when they come out, but then it's like, you know, I wouldn't mind playing Final Fantasy 9 again or something, you know, like something that's been out for a while, or like I don't know, I do that a lot, and I have so many games to play, but I tend to go back to the ones I played a long time ago more often.
You know, I'm actually both.
You're both?
I'm a gamer
Yeah,
and a collector.
Yeah, he's a collector. And
a gamer.
Well, so okay, so tell them you actually started collecting a system of your own, which was the Game Boy Advance
SP.
Yeah. So he gets
Get it right, Dad.
Jeez.
Sorry, I know, right?
Hey, I get
it right.
games every month. So is he. Yeah. So
Well, you're getting. He's in that retro game treasure. We get the retro game treasure, and I make sure to get one Game Boy Advance.
Yeah.
But he'll also look when we go out. He'll look for, those types of games, and he's collecting them. And it's rare because he has a Wii, he has a Switch, and he has a 3DS or 2DS.
Yeah, the newer
2DS. So it's like it's funny to see somebody his age being like, I want to collect this, and he actually plays the games, which is kind of
that's good.
Yeah, that's awesome. Starting me up.
I've said many
it's
times.
Kind of weird.
I've told Adam many times. I have a daughter who's 1 right now, and I was like, if she gets into video gaming, I'm going to try and raise her like she's in the 90s and be like, this is called a Game Boy.
There you
this
go.
is what we play. Like, pretend the Switch and stuff doesn't exist or whatever they have at that point, and be like this is a Game Boy. This is Pokemon. This is what we play. So she can grow up that way, and then maybe one day be like, oh yeah, we actually have these other systems. You can play them now that you're like.
And I have a 2-year-old that's already collecting. It's crazy.
Nice.
Yep, he goes to stores on his own. It's I know.
he uses a credit card too, right?
No, that's actually a great. The Game Boy Advance and SP are actually a really good one to collect for because the games aren't like ridiculously overpriced right now.
Right.
And they have a lot of Super Nintendo ones that play on there that I'm a huge fan of that console. So.
I had a lot of great games on that one.
Well, he like I said, he's
the
doing
number one game in the 23rd century is Pong. Just like
Pong. Classic came back
Pong's the only one that survived. Pong and Taco Bell, the only 2 things that survived.
Speaking of the retro handheld, I don't know why this just reminded me. Back when I was younger, I remember my dad got me the original Game Boy. The one that didn't have color or anything for Christmas one year. And literally Christmas Day, as I'm sitting there playing it, he looked at it and he goes, well, this screen is terrible. What other options do they have? And he took it, didn't let me play it. He took it back to the store the next day and got me a Sega Game Gear.
Yeah.
Hey, that's
which I didn't mind.
Yeah.
So.
That's a nice happy accident there. I'm
amazed
that panned out so well for you.
Yeah.
Does it still work though?
I actually know where that one is. I can grab that right now.
To the drum set, guys.
I'm just wondering because I just bought one complete in a box, and I was telling Glenn, I said the sound doesn't work unless you put headphones in, and the charger you gotta like play with it. The batteries don't work if you put new batteries in. It doesn't work, and he's like, yeah, you're gonna have to either recap it or get new boards for it. And I paid $90 for it. And I hate to say it, but the box was worth that amount of money for it.
The box was pristine condition.
Yeah.
I found another one that I'm thinking about buying.
I'm pretty sure I don't have the box.
I'm thinking about buying for $50 and just kind of keeping the other one as a spare because the screens, you can only lay it flat to see the screen. You can't
And that's a complete sign of the capacitors being shot. So when you lose the audio and the screen starts going dim, it's capacitors. However, I was telling him as well, McWill, friend of mine, makes a wonderful screen replacement for the Atari Lynx line and the Game Gear. In addition, you can plug a VGA connector onto that. Actually export the video.
Yes.
But the Game Gear was nice. I didn't grow up with that. I was an Atari Lynx guy and the original Game Boy. That's what I had. I never got the Game Gear because that's a cool toy thing, so I avoided it. But I do have.
Why would you get the best? Why
It's
would you
nice.
get the best one? What?
I did. I got a Lynx 1, a Lynx 2.
No,
I got another Lynx 1, and
That's
another Lynx 2.
that's why we all
and I
had
have
the
another
best.
Lynx. So I have 5 Lynxes.
We had the best handheld for the era, which was the Sega
Yeah.
Game
So
Gear.
with all
It was a
of those-
Master System, dude. You had a Master System, an old, outdated machine in the palm of your hand. A Sega Master System. That's what you had.
Yeah, and you had 5 Lynxes combined that couldn't hold a candle to Mortal Kombat or NBA Jam on the Game Gear.
You had Slime World, dude. Slime World. That's the only other game that made it to the 23rd century was Slime World on the Atari Lynx. That's it.
The only good game I ever played on the Atari Lynx was it like the Batman and Robin game?
That was hard, dude. Really? That was like impossible.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That was the only good game they had.
You do realize like you can't find an Atari Lynx anywhere because they're all in a garbage dump somewhere.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Nobody has
they're
them.
underneath that layer of ET cartridges from the
Pretty
Atari.
much. Pretty
Those
much.
go
They're
first.
all in my
Space
house.
layer.
All in my house.
Unless you guys have one.
cartridges were actually
RJ
only
Michael.
used behind the
RJ Michael. He
Atari.
did not mean that. RJ Michael. If you're watching. Design.
They
Chipset
took
in
the
the Lynx.
ET games and stacked them on top of the Lynxes and just kept
See?
push it into the ground.
See? See, here's how.
That's the other thing too. Is anyone watching the high score?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude,
Oh,
yeah, I
the
was just going to say that.
E.T. was
So
not
good.
the fall of the cause of the gaming crash. I hate when
No.
even they got
It was a
Howard
scapegoat.
Warshaw just saying it as a joke, but E.T. was not that bad.
Yeah,
E.T.
it was a scapegoat.
E.T. was the fall of Atari in the sense of creativity, in the sense of the game developer. But what do you expect? You gave the guy what, less than a month to make a
6
game?
I
6
know.
Yeah.
weeks.
Okay,
That
a
was
little
when he
over a
actually
month.
Did a phenomenal job.
And here's the
Phenomenal job.
best detail of that is that it was officially signed off by Spielberg. So
Yeah,
somebody above
that's
him
what I
said,
didn't
"Yeah,
understand.
good
Like,
enough."
how are you going to
Good
blame the
enough.
developer when Steven Spielberg, he signed off on it?
And I loved it when he said Steven Spielberg was like, how about making it more like Pac-Man? He's like, okay.
I
You know
just
what? I
Well,
wish he did
even the
because
first time,
Atari's
though, yeah.
Pac-Man wasn't Pac-Man, so he should have made E.T. Pac-Man. It would have been better.
Yep.
Picking up Reese's Pieces. I mean, come on.
There you go.
well.
It writes
Did you
itself.
guys
It
did you
writes
guys pick
itself,
up?
guys? It writes itself.
Did you pick up on that Pac-Man doesn't eat dots? He eats cookies.
The cookies. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Did anybody else know that, or
I
am I
did.
the only one
I
that lived
did
in a
not know
room?
that.
I mean, I
was
knew that learning it,
I
but
was just
over the years, I'm
disappointed.
still like, I don't believe it.
I was
feel like it's one of
disappointed
those
that he
things
didn't
that
set
try
the
to
record
add.
straight that
Like, no,
were
he eats dots,
monsters,
guys.
not
Come on.
ghosts. That's what got me because they were originally monsters, not ghosts. When they got to Atari and it flickered so bad, that's when they became ghosts. They were monsters, and they didn't touch on that. Bad news.
I don't know. They called them ghosts in the
And-
in the documentary. Go
In
ahead,
the
Daniel.
cartoon,
That's what I'm saying. That's
and
what I'm saying. But they weren't.
In the cartoon, Pac-Man always eats these dots that give him
Power
powers.
pellets.
Yeah, the power pellet. So what is it? A power cookie?
No, it's actually like
Extra
a,
sugar.
it's like
I
a
mean, it
dumb-
was the 80s.
It's
Well,
like
There was
It's
a
like
lot
an
of
energy bar, you know?
sugar going
it's a
around.
3D cartoon. It's like a
Well, no, I
gumball.
understand that, but if you're saying the dots are cookies, what is the super dots? Or
Oh, those give him powers.
no, I get it. I know how the game works.
They were special
Super
special
dots are cupcakes.
brownies. If you know what I mean. The magic brownies that made you,
Yeah.
Somebody else
It's like
explain
a
it, darn it! I'm losing it here.
All right, so the super
Gluten,
dot was essentially like
last
the
name is
giant cookie
gluten,
you would get
that's
at the
what they are.
mall.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, I love those cookies.
There you go.
Great
They
American
Okay.
give
Cookie
them.
Company.
They give you super
Yep,
energy.
that's the only junk food company that made it to the 23rd century.
Oh my goodness!
Cookie
But
company.
I'm only up to episode 3 because we're going back and forth between Jericho, the series
show.
we never watched Jericho before, and my wife was getting into it, so she can only handle so much video game documentaries. So she's like, Sunday when we take our afternoon nap, she's like, you can put that on so I can fall asleep to it, and then so that's when I'll get to watch the next episode.
So you're
But that, I
playing
mean, that's a good
her.
sign. That means it's so soothing to her that it puts her to sleep.
No, she says
You
it's
know?
that boring that it puts her to sleep. So I mean,
You're playing her.
no.
Yes, you are.
I'm
You have to tell your wife that knowledge is never boring.
Yeah.
I've watched
all
a lot
great
of these
episodes.
documentaries, and this is I have to say that High Score, I've learned more watching that than I have some of the other documentaries. Like they've been a little bit more thorough than some of the other documentaries that are out there.
But they left
Yeah.
out a lot too.
Well,
really
I mean, you
did.
have to. I mean, you could literally
Yeah.
make, an entire 12 episode series on each and every one that the individual
Yes.
episode has to tackle.
Thank
I
you,
mean, that's
Doug.
the thing. I mean,
Thank you. That's what we need.
You got to essentially do the bullet points, and then because I'm assuming they purposely left out some of the details so they can maybe flesh it out for a season 2 and continue on and expanding and diving further into the nitty gritty. Fingers crossed. That's what I hope for anyway.
So
Season 2, make it happen.
So Rexer came in and he says the dots were like greenies that baseball players took, made them faster. LOL. Can you confirm that, Glenn?
Actually, you know what? I can't because all that stuff was like the secret sauce. They wouldn't tell you. Even Spock. That's what Spock's running right now on the computer. Try and find out. He can't figure it
Is
out.
that why he's so manic?
Just
Yeah, he's trying to. He's got to know, man. He's harped up on Vulcan catnip anyway right now.
Catnip.
You could just Google what the power pellets are.
Well, no, that's what we're saying. See, he didn't. To be fair, he didn't watch the documentary. He was up playing his Fortnite or
The
Minecraft
new
or whatever.
season came out.
I'm sorry. The new season of Fortnite came out. I'm sorry.
Get it right, Dad.
So I was watching it. So in the documentary, they were saying that the dots were cookies. That's what I was trying to say. So we were saying here as a group, we were saying if they're called cookies, what we called superpower pellets? Are they super cookies? And that's when Doug said about the cookie
And
being
the
the
mall.
one. Yeah. Okay. Are we up to speed now?
Yes, they
All
are.
right.
Wait,
We've accomplished something here.
but they are rainbow cookies that give them speed. That's what I meant.
Or there's speed in the cookies.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
literally.
they're like they're sugar cookies.
So, what do you guys think about this? I saw in some Reddit forums this week that Sega, I saw the cabinet that they were bringing, but Sega is looking to redeem itself and bring out a Dreamcast-like handheld. What do you guys think of that idea?
I feel like we hear this rumor like every year.
Hey, listen,
A mini
Nintendo.
Dreamcast, a Dreamcast
Listen,
2.
Nintendo came out for the last 2 years and said we're going to bring a Switch Pro. I've seen it all over YouTube. This time it sounds like we're finally going to get it in 2021. Why can't Sega finally do that?
It's because they're not the Sega of old. I mean, they don't really have a hardware division anymore.
You're killing me, Doug.
split up. I'm the Sega fanboy. I'm the guy that wants to see this more than anybody. But like, I've bitten on this rumor 10 times in the last 15 years. Like, I've fallen victim to it too much. All we're getting hardware-wise is that stupid micro Game Gear thing that looks like it's the size of a postage
Every
stamp.
party needs a pooper, and that's why we invited
And we're getting
you.
the arcade. We're getting the micro arcade, the little Astro City. So I mean, that's something.
Oh yeah, let's play a Game Gear that's the size of 2 of my knuckles.
Wait,
For $50.
For $50.
In 4 games each.
Yeah, well, exactly.
I think that headband is cutting off his brain cells that are smart.
Wow.
Too tight. I think you put it on too tight.
All right, so let's talk
Man,
about.
You want to get a credit shop to the neck? Because that's how you get a credit shop to the neck.
Be careful. He knows that stuff. Hey, so let's talk about this Nintendo Direct. Everybody was saying that we were going to get the Mario 35th anniversary games. They were going to be coming out. Everybody was super excited. Nintendo Direct came and went. And this is the expression of the people after they watched the Nintendo Direct.
That was the expression.
Yep, pretty much.
That's it.
So, gentlemen, what did we get at the Nintendo Direct?
We got a couple rhythm games and some Final Fantasy remasters. It's about.
It wasn't really a remaster either. There's
Well,
like
okay, Final Fantasies are now gonna work. Some older Final Fantasy games will now work on the Switch. Is basically what we're getting.
And the rhythm games.
Oh, in that
case. Hey.
Yeah, there's some rhythm games. The newest looking thing out of all of it is the Kingdom Hearts rhythm game, which I'm not sure how I feel about. Like, it's the kind of game that, like, I feel like I would buy to support the company because I really actually do like the Kingdom Hearts series, and then not play it and watch a YouTube video of the story content. But that's just me personally.
So what you're saying is you would throw your money away.
What he's trying to say,
Kind
he's
of.
a huge supporter of the game and really looking forward to it.
No, because I do like the Kingdom Hearts series, and I'd like to see where they're going, just because it does say that there's a new story involved that ties in with the really easy to understand story of Kingdom Hearts as it is.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, that
I don't see how
I think
dancing is going to make that story any more
no, I
coherent.
know.
Really,
I think
Doug?
I'm just hoping
I was
something
thinking-
makes sense out
I
of all.
was literally thinking if that game had dancing,
It
it'd be
all
a hit.
tie in. It
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
we
it all makes
understand it
sense.
now.
But
No,
okay, but what about the Switch 4K? Somebody said that in the firmware they saw that there was something that gave evidence to, and did they allude? I didn't get to watch the Nintendo Direct. I have it queued up to watch it some point this weekend.
I want to watch it.
They didn't mention anything about that in the direct. That's just rumors that I think some people have found by looking at the firmware and a few websites from other countries that somehow know something
It's not
about
exactly
Nintendo.
4K, right? As far as I understand, it's just that it's supposed to have a upgraded screen, and that there's also hints that there could be.
There's just people who think it might be 4K. I don't know if there's anything official on that. I know that they did. There was a few reports that said it would have an upgraded screen and better connectivity, which I don't know exactly what all that means.
It's like the experience for II arcades, so just roll with it.
Yeah,
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I think that's their fancy way of saying gets rid of Joy-Con drift.
Well,
Yeah.
Possibly. Yeah.
Well,
Yep.
you buy
I
new
had
Joy-Cons. That's how you get rid of the drift.
Yeah, that's what GameStop.
That's what they
GameStop
told us to
management
do
said.
because
Yeah.
his was drifting, so that's what we had to do.
I got a
Yeah.
drifter. I
Our-
got one.
I have a few different sets of Joy-Cons, and I have not had any drift on any of them. I guess
don't
I
play
just
it
lucked
enough.
out. Does it happen over time,
Nope.
or
Yep,
do you
happens
just have...
you have to have exactly 200 hours into it.
His was first
No, you
generation,
fast-
and his just started
Yeah.
drifting down. So
No,
Really?
It was drifting everywhere.
yeah, I
actually.
could get it somewhat. No, I could get it somewhat under control by recalibrating it, but it wouldn't last. It wouldn't hold it.
Are you
It
sure
would-
you guys just weren't playing Mario Kart?
Nope.
Yeah,
No,
he probably was.
It would hold it for only like 1 minute, and then like, oh my gosh, like
Before
stop.
we have to wrap up the podcast part of this, the recording, and we'll go into post show. What's your synopsis on this? Do you think we're going to get a Switch Pro? And I know Jordan, you alluded to a little bit in the pre-show, and I want you to kind of go back to what you said because I think you were right on point with it.
I think. I mean, obviously, I don't have any inside knowledge, so I mean, this is just what I would expect. I think it's just going to be an upgraded system that I would guess still plays all the same games, maybe with upscaling. I mean, I know Nintendo works pretty closely with NVIDIA for their graphics chips and everything, and NVIDIA has that DLSS in their computers that can take lower resolution upscaling. I mean, it's not exactly what DLSS does, but I mean, it can make lower resolution things look better. Like, I mean, I've seen comparisons with DLSS 4K that's trying to make something look 4K compared to the native 4K, and sometimes it looks better, sometimes it's the same, sometimes you just can't tell the difference. But like, I think that's something that could be done to make the Switch appear better without having to make it insanely more powerful. But I mean, again, that's just
one thing.
what I
The
would
one reason
think
why I
might
think
happen.
they will and even should. It's not like I think they need it, but I think the biggest reason why it's beneficial is that if you guys remember with the Wii U, which I still have a Wii U, it had some third-party games at the very beginning of launch, but then obviously it didn't sell well, so it started lacking because they didn't have a lot. With the Switch, they've done really good about third-party support, and I think with the new consoles coming out, being so much more powerful, I think it's just going to be so hard to try to scale some of these games down that, and not to say they can't make their own games for the Switch, but I think it's going to be beneficial if they even up the power a little bit. And we've even talked about 1080p screen or even keep it at 720, but goes to 4K into the dock, whatever. But my point is that it'd really help them to keep up the third-party support. I think if they make a little bit more power on there.
I mean, if you think about, they have, I mean, and they're mostly running off of Thunderbolt 3 or USB-C ports, which is what the Switch is as well. They have external GPUs that you can get for like laptop computers or like Macs that only have a Thunderbolt 3 or USB-C in it that will basically give you a better graphics card, and the computer will read it like that. Like, I don't see why Nintendo couldn't make a dock that does that, to where the Switch still is what it is in handheld mode, but when you dock it, it can just play things a little more stable or at a higher resolution. I mean, again, I don't build computers. That's just something I could see happening based on what's already available as far as like what technology is there right now. But who knows? Maybe that's not something they can do. I just think that would be kind of cool if they could do something like that.
Final thoughts, guys? Doug, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's eventually going to happen, mainly just for it being a stepping stone into the next generation, because we already got Xbox and PlayStation coming out with a new generation console. Nintendo doesn't want to be left in the wind, so they'll at some point release some upgraded version of the Switch just to kind of have a foot up there with the other guys saying, hey, we're still creating new products, don't forget about us. So it'll happen eventually, whether it revolutionizes the Switch or if it's just a incremental stepping stone until they release yet another console 4 or 5 years from now. We'll see.
Glenn, you're in the future, tell us.
I can tell you already that that's what Nintendo is going to do. It's Adam, Jordan, and Doug had it right, and Spock again is running the calculations over there. It's just going to be an incremental increase, but they do need to do it. Again, with the new systems coming out, Nintendo surely does not want to be left that far behind. And what they said before about wanting to have third-party support continue, they're going to have to increase the specs to do so, because games won't scale down very good to the hardware that's on there now. Not that it's bad hardware, but it's way behind what's coming out from Microsoft and Sony. So they're going to have to step up the game and release something again. And we all know Nintendo loves to resell you the same thing over and over again. So, of course, it's going to happen.
Daniel, what do you think?
I think they're gonna make one.
You think they're going to make one?
Yeah.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. I'm gonna say I don't. Yeah, somebody's got to do it. You're all kissing Nintendo's butt, so I'm gonna be the.
There always has to be a party pooper.
Yeah, you know what? That's what I'm gonna do. So I think Jordan said something too in the beginning where he said right now the Switch is selling better than any console. Even during the pandemic, it's been off the shelves more than any other console. People are trading in Xboxes and PlayStation 4s to get a Switch. My question is, and besides Glenn's little insight there about newer games coming out, that's the only real reason I could see them needing to bring another console. Do you guys really need a Switch that's going to already be portable? Most of us probably play it portable anyways. We don't even dock it. And I only bought the docked version so I could capture the gameplay. That's the only reason. Otherwise, I would have got a Switch Lite. So, do we really need a 4K one for anything else but besides playing some newer games that may be more resource intensive? And I'm going to give you guys the final word to answer that.
Yes.
No, Adam, that's the wrong answer. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I personally would love to see a new Switch just because I love my Switch, probably more than any other game system I currently own.
Agreed.
But like you said, I think the Switch is selling so well already. I doubt they'll do anything that will kill off the current Switch. If something new comes out at the beginning of next year, I think it'll most likely just be an upgraded version with maybe a 1080 screen or an OLED screen, so the colors are better, but not super crazy more powerful. Just something that will be kind of a refresh of it. Maybe make some games look a little better, but will still won't kill the old Switch, to where if you have an older Switch, it'll still play all the games coming out for it. I don't see them getting rid of the Switch yet.
I just want that third-party support to keep going, and that's the only reason why I think it's a smart decision on their part, because there's so many times where if they say games coming to all systems, even though I'm like, well, it could look a little bit better on the PlayStation or Xbox, but I think I want that on the Switch to play portably. That's happened to me. Some I've bought twice, unfortunately. But anyways,
I almost always buy games on Switch.
But point
if that's
is,
the option.
yeah, that's why I think they need to keep that going, though, is because it just gives people that are one console people, it gives them an incentive to keep even want the Switch more. So
there you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Console people. What kind of
Yeah,
people is that?
I know they exist. They exist, Glen. I mean, you're in the
Yeah.
future. You tell us what it's like over there.
They're extinct, buddy. They're gone.
That's
Everyone has
Like
20
console.
consoles at that point.
Is the Amico the only thing left?
Actually, no. Actually, the Amiga made a comeback.
Oh, here we
All
go.
computers running Amiga
Before we
OS.
get
Yep.
into that,
Wow.
ladies and gentlemen, we've got Adam and Jordan. You guys go subscribe to them over at youtube.com/CompleteGeekTV. They're pretty much everywhere on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. These guys got some really good video production quality, and these guys have been doing some really good.
They're a virus. Look out. They're everywhere.
They're what? Oh, no.
They're a virus.
You know, and thanks for Doug, you know, turning us on to you guys and seeing your content. I'm always into watching guys with good video quality, audio quality, doing game reviews and stuff. So you guys need to go over and subscribe to them. If you don't do anything else from the show, go subscribe to them.
Yep.
Thanks, guys.
We definitely appreciate it. And we'd like to say thank you to you guys, and thanks to Doug too. Like, that was just kind of a fun thing. Adam had been watching Doug for a long time, and then told me about him, and I was watching his videos. And when we started doing reviews and stuff, he's like, let's just see if we can get a hold of Doug. Like, that might be kind of fun to try and do something together. Like, we cover a lot of the same stuff. It might just be cool to meet up. And Doug was like, okay, and like it was fun.
So Adam, let me ask you. The reason why you invited him, because you felt like he should come to your house after all the money he made you spend by watching his videos all these. Am I right? That's the truth of the matter, right?
Again,
Exactly.
like last
Yep.
time.
That
See?
sums it up honestly.
I figured as much. But yeah.
Like last time, we should start a channel. Doug breaks our bank account.
Another good one.
Yep,
He's
I
on a
know.
roll.
The Glen one takes priority. The Glen relationship one. I forgot what we would call it, but then the Doug breaks the
Yeah.
bank one. That's the second one we
Yeah,
got to work
that's
on.
Yeah,
Sure.
it's about a weekly thing. Doug's like, look at this great new handheld.
Click on the
That's big.
links below.
Yeah.
Fine, Doug. I
And then-
will.
And then next,
And you're like, you watch a video and you're like, crap, I need that too, don't I?
Somebody ought to do something about that jerk.
Yeah. Every time I come on here, I'm like, Doug, you cost me more money again.
I'm enriching your life.
He's jump starting the economy. That's what he said last
Yeah,
week. So.
What I am, single-handedly.
Always on his
Yep.
channel.
So, well, we appreciate having you guys on. We'll definitely have you guys back on again, guys in the chat room. Go subscribe to their channel. We want to see you guys support these guys as well. Thank you, Mr. Doug, for introducing us to these guys, and great
Always
guys.
a pleasure.
And so, what's in the cool toy locker? What are we gonna spend our money on next?
Oh, I don't know. I mean,
oh,
it really depends. Do you want to spend more money? Because I can make it happen.
Yeah,
I've been
I know that.
I've been personally spending too much of my own money buying toys lately, so that's been my plastic crack addiction.
all you need.
Every time I see you put a toy video out, I sit there and go, whew, I don't have to, because I'm not a heavy toy collector like you, but I just make sure he doesn't see it.
Yeah. Well, you say that, and then they come out with things like this.
What is
Oh, you got
that?
it?
Is that
Yeah.
a micro machine? Is that a micro machine Barbasol or
No.
Oh, I know.
what
what's
is
in there.
that?
You didn't say the magic word.
It's a little
Oh
Dennis
my!
Nedry Jurassic Park figure that
Oh
comes
my!
in a can of Barbasol, has lights and sounds.
So good.
Don't even get
How
any
can you not wanna
ideas.
spend money when you see packaging like that. I mean, come on.
Dad, can we buy that?
No.
Honestly, am I mistaken? I can't get that anymore, correct? Wasn't
Not
that
unless
for-
you go unless you do
Yeah,
the
that's
eBay
what I
thing, because that was a Comic-Con exclusive.
You can get it from scalpers.
Yep,
They'll charge you
that's
10
right.
times.
I know. Those scalpers.
See, that's what I'm saying. Doug costs you not only more money, but 10 times the amount, because now you got to buy it from
I know.
scalper because you want it.
He did say, if you want me to show you how to spend more money, here it is. And he
Yeah,
did.
he did. Yeah,
I
he
give you a
did.
warning.
He
Ha
did.
ha ha ha.
And another gentleman that costs me more money in the retro space,
Glen breaks our bank account.
pretty much. Mr. Glen Planamento.
Yep.
Make sure you guys go
Dude.
over and subscribe to him. He will be out of space by then.
Orbit.
Yep. Remember, just freeze yourself to the 23rd century. There's no money, so you can't burn through in cash. You don't have any cash to spend.
But Glen's
Guys,
been
before we
doing.
close out.
Yeah, go ahead.
Glenn, will you please make the sideburns black? I just like here to here. Whenever we're done, just black. Just this,
Actually, I will do that for you.
I
I
appreciate
will do that for you.
Glenn,
Actually, when I do the dating show, it's gonna have to be yearly because we have to find a woman who actually will date me. It's probably gonna take 12 months to find someone or grow one from a hatchling or something like that.
Actually,
But we'll do it.
Glenn is doing some shows too right now in the retro community. Why don't you talk a little bit about a few of the shows that you've been doing? I saw you had Wagner's Tech on the other day, or
Right.
the other
I'm
week.
trying to do a little more live streaming. I had Wagner, and also that was my first one. I was trying to do my call-in line like we have here on the Retro Buzz, and well, it didn't work as well as expected. But learning, live streaming is not as easy as Doug and everyone else makes it look like. This Tech Buzz guy, he's trying to make me spend my money with this stuff.
No, you don't want to get into this stuff.
I was happy with my 120 by 120 black and white video camera. It worked. He's like, oh no, you can't do that. You need some this 1080p stuff. I don't know. Big number. Whatever.
Well.
Oh, all with this bull crap.
He's ready to go to dinner. He's like, can you like get this done
I'm
so
hungry.
I can go. He doesn't want to stay here through the post show. So go check him out, youtube.com/gplanamento, and also on all the official groups, Facebook for Arcade 1UP, at Games. You'll find him there, as well as I'm not even gonna go through all the other groups because he's got 50 million of them. But you can go over there and check them out.
Dude.
I'm sure you do.
In the future, it's all mine.
But guys, we appreciate you tuning in. Make sure if you didn't catch the show, we do have it archived on your favorite podcast, whether it's iTunes, Google, because Glenn is Google, and any other podcast platform that you can think of. You can also download the video or audio. We're also on Roku, so if you look up the Tech Buzz or the Tech Buzz Network on Roku and Fire TV, you can watch from the comfort of your living room, which I know a lot of you guys do as well. So make sure you guys go check that out.
Adam and Jordan, thank you for joining us on the Retro Buzz.
Who needs a soundboard? Oh, he got Glenn. He just does it right on the fly.
Wiggle, what?
So, guys, we'll be back next week with more. I think Rex is coming on next week. I thought that, unless Glenn didn't reach out to him yet, but I think Rex is going to come on and be our guest panelist to talk some games. And if you didn't find out, Rex, you've been invited.
Found out now.
You found out now because Glenn probably didn't say nothing to you yet. But if you're
a busy week in the future, I'm fighting Klingons over here, man. I'm saving the galaxy.
If you could join us, you're more than welcome. Guys, this Wednesday, Legend Center, tune in. We're going to have a big show. I'm looking at an item that we're going to show this week. You're not going to want to miss it. If you've missed a few episodes, take a look at what I do to this clown with me.
Update. Your Pixelcade marquee will be able to work natively with the games included on the At Games Legends Ultimate, Steven. That's right. So if you have a Pixelcade marquee, it will work with the At Games Legends Ultimate on July 1st. That is the big holiday July 4th update. But it's going to be able to do a few other things, Steven, which you're going to have to wait until next week, and I'll show you that. But for right now, get hyped.
You set me up on that because that's not what it says here on the notes.
Yeah, it does.
No, it says, Steven, talk about firmware update Bluetooth headset. And I wrote no.
I swear, it's on there. It says talk about the Pixelcade.
It's so hard to find good writers. We need better writers.